Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of A Lawyer Plays Dreamfall, the longest journey with me, Ryan the Gaming Lawyer. If you will recall, in the last episode, my goodness, my voice is hoarse today. I'm just realizing. It's morning, usually, I don't know. I had a rough weekend. I worked a lot this past weekend. I did a lot of voice dictation. Usually I don't work through the weekend. This weekend I did. I'm feeling like I'm a little worn out today. But we're gonna do this. Gosh darn it. We got games to play. So, and it's been a while since I played this, so I gotta refresh my memory. Last I recall, we were, let me see. We were at the Journeyman Inn with Ben Rime and Brian Westhouse. Westing, what's his name? Housing. It's something with West and House. And we had a lot of dialogue with them. Sounded like it was just a coincidence that he was here. And now one problem with when you're in April land is she does not keep a very good journal when you're playing April. But there's a lot of this to look at. This conversation we just had. But I feel like we had a ton of conversation, and I was... Oh, Lord. We're just gonna go. I can't... It's literally been 2 weeks since I played. And... I don't know. I don't remember what I was going to do, except for it was somehow going to be investigating something or other with the people that are in control of this land. See, this guy ain't got anything to say now. We're going to wing it, folks.
Move along, citizen.
We're going to wing it. We're going to... I don't even remember. She was following the evil guy underneath the castle, the underground monster castle. What's this? Is this... Okay, this is a new district. This was closed off. This is the Magical People District, the slums or whatever, that was closed off for the first part of the game. Hey, buddy. Who's this? Who are you? Stop. Let me look at you.
He's Dolmari, and therefore he has to live inside the walls of the Magic Ghetto.
The Magic Ghetto.
Or he'll be arrested.
They call it the Magic Ghetto. that sounds like a... That sounds like a disco, like a club name or something. Welcome to the Magic Ghetto. Thursday's ladies' night. 2-for-1 drinks.
Conditions in the ghetto aren't bad, all things considered. We got food and water, and there's medicine and herbs for everyone. What we don't have is freedom.
Who needs freedom when you have food and medicine? Whiner. You have more to say?
They said they were moving us into the ghetto for our own protection. Protection from what?
From yourselves, you freak. Isn't that probably what they think?
Every other day, the Azadi are raiding the ghetto, confiscating personal belongings and merchandise. It's harassment, plain and simple.
Oh. Alright, what else? Anything? He's got a lot to say.
Conditions in the ghetto aren't bad.
You got food and water. Okay, we got that. Got it. Thank you. What about this person?
You don't see a lot of Zid in Marcuria these days.
I know. I mean, I see Zid everywhere else, but they're pretty rare.
Old Town's getting too crowded. It just wasn't built to house so many people.
Old Town? Have we been to Old Town in the old game? I don't remember.
People here are still trying to live their lives the way they used to, but it's getting more and more difficult by the day. I know that some of my kind have disguised themselves in order to conduct business out in the city. I admire their courage.
Oh.
Old Town's getting too crowded.
Okay, yeah. Alright, we're just... Apparently these guys have a lot of flavor text, but it's good because it'll give us a nice little introduction to this area and what's happening.
They've kept the blue flame burning here in Old Town for 1,000 years, apparently. It didn't even go out when the tyrant held the city.
That's nice.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies, everything a wizard, witch, or warlock may require, using only the finest organic ingredients, elguan bladders, rat tails, dung.
I want a curiously shaped cookie.
Visit Roper's Spells and Filtress for
that
premium
man.
quality potions, magical
Looks
ingredients,
familiar.
and made
Why am I
to
thinking
order
of
charms.
moving stairways?
This is the bad guy, the sorcerer from the tower, the evil arch-villain tower sorcerer from the first game. He was like the stereotypical super evil bad guy, and we defeated him with a calculator because he couldn't do math or something stupid.
Good God, Roper Clax.
At your service, milady. What may I do for... Wait. I know you. Where do I know you from?
Thought we made him vanish.
April Ryan.
Sorry, it is me.
Well...
How lovely to see you.
Say what?
It's been too long, my dear. Too long.
Yeah. I guess it's been... long.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
This and that.
How lovely. Me? I'm rehabilitated.
Oh. Obviously.
Rehabilitated? How so?
Being soundly walloped by you was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Did he learn
Really?
math?
Oh, yes. It gave me perspective, time to think. When I finally escaped that confounding device, I joined WWWA.
Worldwide Wizards
Wicked Witches and Warlocks Anonymous. It's a marvelous support group for wizarding professionals.
I like it.
Oh, it helped tremendously to find others who shared my affliction.
Lots of wicked witches.
A
wizards.
desire for evil deeds and world domination, your basic EDWD syndrome.
Evil deeds and world domination
I see.
syndrome.
And now?
Cured! I'm free of my desire to conquer and control, and I'm happy to be a simple merchant and published author.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is. It is indeed. So, April Ryan, is there anything I can do to help repay what you did for me?
Oh, Lord. That's scary. It's a little ominous. The calculator.
How did you get out of that calculator I trapped you in?
I had to learn advanced trigonometry. After
Nice.
that, it was as easy as multiplying the root of pi with the volume of my mathematical prison.
Oh, that sounds pretty complicated.
It took me 5 years, but I gained some important personal skills in the process. I even had time to write a book, so it was all for the best.
Is he going to try and sell this book? It sounds like he keeps mentioning it. Yeah, he did.
You said something about being an author?
I published one. I wrote my memoirs a few years ago. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clax.
What's the F stand for?
Nothing. It just looked better on the cover. Anyway, as it turned out, the first and only print run had a slight problem. A small charm made its way onto page 108. When readers got to that page, the book, as misfortune would have it, exploded.
And you had nothing to do with that.
Me? Absolutely not. I've been acquitted of all charges, and
Lord.
every single lawsuit has been dismissed in the magical court. I'm quite innocent.
Right.
It does mean, however, that only one copy of Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clax exists, and that would be mine. I've decharmed it, and page 108 is quite safe to read now, if you're interested.
Not really, no.
I wouldn't mind giving it to someone who I wouldn't mind if they exploded, you know?
I actually do need some help.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's great! Anything to assist the woman who turned my life around.
Yep, he
I'm
loves
looking
me.
for a way to get to the city of the Dark People.
Oh, that's what
Visiting
I'm doing.
old friends, I take it? Your adventures are the stuff of legends, April Ryan. By the way, did you ever read that pamphlet they published? The one with the amusing drawings? April, Rye Bread, and the Rod of Joy?
Sounds like a porn.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll never forget that illustration where the Dolmari lady takes the Rod of Joy and sticks it right...
Anyway, about the Dark People City.
Shikapow.
Ah, yes. What do you plan on doing
Change
there?
the subject.
I need to visit their library.
That's right, she's trying to find the dragon.
Indeed. They are collectors, these dark people. They collect all sorts of knowledge, arcane, forbidden knowledge. Anyway, as luck would have it, there's a shadow ship docked down in the harbor right now. I'm sure they'll let the famous April Ryan, I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
That's perfect, thank you.
Dark people.
How do I get to the Dark People's Library again?
Oh, good ship.
There's a shadow ship.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
At your service, milady. If you ever need a potion or a charm, visit Roper's Spells and Filtres.
Now, how is selling magical items not
Everything
practicing
a wizard,
wizardry
witch, or
anymore?
warlock may require.
Just checking to see if he's got that book laying around. If I ever want to knock somebody... Whoa, what's up here? Okay. I didn't think it would let me go all the way up these steps. If I ever need to take somebody out, I'll just loan them this book. Because it's safe now. Definitely so safe. Alright, we'll just talk to this guy.
He's Zid. There are fewer and fewer of them
Alright.
around these days.
Apparently they're...
Most have left the city and gone east.
They're all over this marketplace. It's half the population are Zid.
Old Town's not a bad place to be. If only the Azadi would leave us be, like they promised they would.
Alright.
My friends have all left the city, but I'm staying. I'm not going back into the caves. I enjoy life in the big city too much to give that up.
Yeah.
Personally, I have always been discriminated against. Actually, this is better, because now the other magicals see me as one of them.
Alright, so... apparently now we're going to the harbor to find this ship. The Dark People ship. Because they know where the dragon is. We're looking for the dragon, right? I don't know if it's this way, but this is the way I'm going. I love... This feels like, Harry Potter. It's like, Diagonally. Oh, this is Nocturne Alley, the bad alley. It's well lit, though, for Nocturne Alley. I like the tight little alleys. That's just a very cool feel. Let's think about this game. It's chocked with atmosphere. Like, this just is like... It's neat. It feels neat. Where am I? Okay. Oh! Okay, I think I have to go the other way, huh? Alright, because this is that other marketplace. I don't think there's anyone up there we need to talk to. I don't think this is one of those games where you gotta go back and talk to people that you don't know you have to talk to. Longest Journey, the first game was like that. You'd be like, okay, I need to go to the harbor. And then they'd be like, well, before you can do anything, you have to go back to the library you visited 5 years ago and talk to the chief second-in-command sub-librarian. Alright, nice. See, look, charming. This is charming. This is a much smaller pier than when we visited in the first game. That big rock wasn't there either. There's a dark person. Yep. Full-on Dementor. The friendly Dementors. And yeah, that's her ship. Looks like a big piece of dirt with roots or something in it. Of course, we gotta talk to everybody.
The Delmari have had it especially tough after the Azadi came, seeing how integrated they were in Markurian society.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home.
Yeah.
Too many believe that if we only give the Azadi time, they will leave us be. I do not. The Azadi will never leave us be. Our culture is dying in Mercuria. How can anyone stand living here?
Well, tyrannical rule aside, it is a charming town. Well, this building doesn't look charming because it's got sticks holding it up. But aside from that, look at the architecture. Look at this. This is interesting. And inside you can see the warm glow of the interior. And all these buildings. It's very nice. It's a cold day. They got warm interiors. Is that Brian Westinghouse? Some wows? What are you doing, man?
You don't see a lot of humans in the ghetto these days. I wonder if he's
not.
an Azadi spy.
He looked like it from a distance.
The Dark People are amazing. They're collectors, and they have a great library containing every book ever written.
Yep, that's where I'm going. Oh no, another library. I spent a long time in The Longest Journey, the first game, in the damn it was a city. This city here, Mercuria, has a library. I spent most of it waiting for the librarian to slowly shuffle over to a book stack and pull books for me.
I'd give my right arm and my left to see the fabled library of the Dark People, but they won't let me go with them to their city.
Will they let me go? Because I'm April Ryan.
Show me a man who reads, and I'll show you a man of reason. Deprive man of literature, and you deprive him of life.
Alright, I think he said enough. I assumed 3 lines for the throwaway characters is enough, and then they start repeating. Wow, this guy. He looks like a full-on, like a Final Fantasy character.
How are things going?
Most of the supplies are on board. We're missing a few crates of grains and vegetables, a delivery of potions, and some other bits and pieces.
Good. Don't linger too long.
The paperwork's already being processed by the Azadi. Those fools. If only they knew what...
Shh! Not here. I don't think it's a good idea to tempt fate.
I didn't think you believed in that spiritual claptrap, Raven.
Oh.
Fate? Ha! We make our own destiny.
Still, better to be on the safe side. You don't foresee any problems, then?
Everything's in order. This ship's going to the islands. At least according to all the properly stamped and perfectly forged documents.
I'll rest easy only when you've reached safe harbor.
Don't fret. You'll rest easy soon enough.
My lord, it's been so long since there was like a conspiratorial meeting earlier in the game. Was he part of that? I don't remember. There was some point where there was a bunch of people you were introduced to all at once, and it's like, this person's doing that, and this person's going to do this, and that person over there is going to do that. Okay, bye. Was he part of that, or is this...
The captain.
The captain.
He looks a bit too relaxed, seeing as there are still supplies left to be loaded.
He is the captain.
We're on schedule, Raven. We should be out of here soon, bound for the Bay of Fire.
Okay, I have no idea what they're doing. Alright, good luck with the Bay of Fire. It's all part of the plan. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. We will coordinate, and I'll meet you at the place where we said we were going to meet, because I know what's going on. I'm in the know. I'm April Ryan. Alright. Well, there's a hooded guy, but then there's like a praying mantis over there at the end of the dock I feel like I need to talk to first. Hello, praying mantis monster lady.
A Samare. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious.
Curious? Well, she looks like she's trying to tempt a mate. What is that position she's in? Why is there a chair sticking out of her ass? I don't believe I know these people.
A Samare.
Yeah, I know. You said that, but what the hell is it? It's a woman with a chair sticking out of her ass. Alright, I don't know. You talk about it like I'm supposed to know what it is, but what is... This will freak me out. It's also a little bit alluring. I don't know. Is it just me? Go for a ride and that? Okay, shut up. Alright, let's do it.
It's one of the dark people. A dark person. He's probably a shadow god. The captain of that shadow ship.
Captain, there's lots of shadow. Now in higher resolution. And even more... He's more fancy spooky, you know?
I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
I'm not going to threaten him. For a reason.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
We cannot. We do not take on passengers. Ever.
You did once. A long time ago, I was given passage on one of your ships.
Then you were fortunate. It does not happen very often.
He said it doesn't happen ever. Pants on
I'd like
fire.
to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
Plead. Screw pride. Here we go. Something of the prophecy. I'm the prophecy from before. I forgot. Remember, I used to be a prophecy, everyone.
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. but all I see is a human.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
Plead? How can I pay?
I'll pay you good money for passage.
We do not crave money, human.
Then what
See
do
for
you want?
trade.
We are here to find new additions to our library.
Roper clacks the
Someday
book.
it will be complete, and we can sleep. Until then, we travel, and we collect.
I would feel bad giving them a book that might explode.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do.
Yeah. We'll do plead.
I'm desperate. I need...
There are no humans in the city.
Rarely is one
Rarely
allowed.
is anyone allowed to visit our forest.
They live in a forest?
Not a human. Someone else. The white of the drag kin.
I know of no such creature. You should look elsewhere.
Don't they? Alright. I'm not going to threaten him. That's the last option available on that little menu, the little dialogue menu. I don't feel like threatening is a good idea. You see something that looks like the Grim Reaper? Threatening is probably... I would say the last option, but in most circumstances, just don't consider it an option. But they want to be difficult. I'll give them an exploding book from a mad ex-wizard.
April Ryan.
I want your
what
book.
can I do for you?
Would you be interested in parting with that book of yours?
Oh, I don't know. It's the last remaining copy, you know. All the other copies spontaneously combusted.
Yes.
I'm aware of that, but I need something to get me passage on that shadow ship down in Shady Quay.
You believe my book would help with that?
Maybe. The Dark People collect books, and yours is quite unique. Isn't that so?
It is.
Yeah, play to his ego.
Wouldn't you consider it an honor to have your first published novel become a part of the greatest library in Arcadia?
I would indeed. Wait, I have it right here. I carry it with me always.
Of course.
There you go. Treat
All right.
it with care. Don't let it get wet. Don't feed it red meat. And for the love of the balance, do not hold it upside down when there's a full moon. Oh, never again shall I glance upon the top 10 reasons why you should not build a flying castle on page 42 and smile knowingly.
But think about it. Thousands of people will get to enjoy your unique outlook on life. Your book will be part of something much, much greater.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Go on, take it away, or I shall become emotional, and when a wizard weeps, the whole world weeps with him. Oh, the humanity, the humanity.
I want to read top 10 reasons not to build a flying castle. He says he'd never read it again. Looking at it knowingly, smiling knowingly. All right. So that's the game's being easy on us right now. Now I have noticed last couple episodes, the game is perfectly capable. I thought it was better than the first one. I think it is easier, but it's perfectly capable of throwing at you a long and complicated puzzle sequence. And in this game, there are fail states where things kill you. So it's not always easier. All right, no wait, I need to give them the book. Can I? No. Don't I have to do this?
This is the only remaining copy of Clax's novel, and if I'm lucky, it won't blow up in my hands.
You collect books, isn't that right?
We collect all that is written and recorded. Books, scrolls, stones, crystals, history, poetry, journals, stories. From the first word to someday, the last. Until our collection is complete, we will continue to travel, to trade, and to collect.
I guess the last existing copy of a rare book would be pretty important to you.
It would be, unless we already possess it.
Nope, they
You don't. Not this one. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Rupert F. Clax.
I will speak with my brothers at the library.
We don't have time for that. Oh, is he doing it right here in his head?
This is a book we do not have. We need it for our library.
Yeah,
Will you
cell
part
phone
with
hood.
it?
For a price. I need to get to your city.
Show me the book, so that I can see for myself.
I think he's honorable. Here, now I can show it to him. There you go.
Very well, human. This book is of value to us. We will grant you passage on our shadow ship.
Thank you. When do we leave?
Very soon. We await only the last deliveries from our suppliers. Step aboard.
All right. Now we're going back. Yep, going back to
You
Zoe.
sure you don't want anything to eat? I can order in.
I'm not very hungry. Thanks, though.
All right. Some coffee? Tea?
No, thanks.
I have, whiskey.
I'm fine, Damien. Really.
All right.
So, what do you think?
I think you shouldn't believe a word of what that man told you. He was trying to get inside your head. There's no proof that anything's happened to Reza.
I hope you're right. If I've come this far and it turns out Reza's...
Stop it. There's nothing to be gained from imagining the worst.
Oh,
He must be very important to you.
Monster dude.
Reza, I mean.
Garden.
He is. Reza was my best friend for so long, and I was totally in love with him. When that feeling went away...
Alright.
I don't love him any less, but it's different now. I don't know what's going on with me. I've lost faith. Not just in him, in everything. School, my friends, my hobbies, my future, Reza. Nothing seems to matter that much anymore. And that's why, when Reza went missing, I knew I had to go after him. Not just because he's my friend, and not just because I love him, but because if I didn't, then who would I be? What would I be? I may not like the Zoe I'm turning into, but I would have hated the Zoe who just abandoned her best friend like that. So, yes, he's very important to me. Of course. And right now, more than anything in the world, I want him to be okay.
Well...
So, that man...
The one in the garden. He acted like he's behind the whole thing. Like he controls Watticorp.
I've heard rumours, but I've never actually believed. I think his name is Alvin Peets.
Peets? The guy who founded Watty?
He'd be several hundred years old, but in a way, it still makes sense. It's a sort of urban water cooler legend. Whatever happened to Alvin Peets? No one knows. But there are lots of theories. Some say they've heard he's been kept alive by machines, and that he still controls Watticorp. It's the kind of thing you have a good laugh at.
I'm pretty
He
sure
wasn't
that
just hooked
accurately
up to a machine,
describes...
Damien. He looked like he was a machine. At least partly so. And he was just... evil. Sad, pathetic and hateful. He claimed that we were stealing his senses. I think he was actually afraid of me.
From what you told me earlier, it sounds like he's completely dependent on the wire. The static must be scaring the hell out of him. If he needs the wire to see and hear, he's completely lost without it.
I just don't feel safe anymore. He knew who I was. He's been inside Reza's dreams. He has spies everywhere. Cameras, bots.
Cats.
Don't worry, Zoe. He won't find you here, I promise. I'll check around tomorrow, see if I can dig up any information on Pete's.
He's probably inside the guy's
You
digital
must be
fridge.
tired. I'm keeping you up.
I'm sorry. I'm just... Yeah, I am quite tired. I guess I should find a hotel and figure out what to do next. Thanks for the clothes, Damien.
Hey, no, there's no need to find a hotel. You can stay here. I mean, if you're comfortable with that. I can sleep on the floor.
Oh, you really don't have to.
I know, but you've been through a lot, and you're helping me out, so the least I can do is let you sleep in my bed. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean.
Yes.
Thanks, Damien. If you're okay with me staying here, I will.
Okay, so, let me get the bed ready for you.
That's okay. I can...
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, I guess you can give me a hand.
Will they?
Okay.
Won't they?
Yes. Great.
By the way, if I'm gone when you wake up tomorrow, don't be alarmed. I have to be at the office quite early.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
Good. Let me find you a sheet and a cover.
Oh, look at that. And in the background, I hear a very low rendition of the copyright strike song. There's one song played while she was in the airplane. I did, in fact, get a copyright notice about that. When it was happening, I'm like...
This is it, Apostle.
Yeah.
The Empire's greatest achievement east of Sadir.
Ooh.
A monument to our might and to our faith.
Even in Sadir, there is nothing that can compare to this. Why was it built so tall?
You're asking the wrong man. I don't question the infinite wisdom of the Six. I have absolute faith in their decisions.
Of course, as do we all.
Go right inside, Apostle. The emissary is expecting you.
All right. Well, I think we at this point we're right around 30 or over 30. I had a problem earlier. I forgot to start my timer, but I think we're about 30 minutes. So we're gonna call it an episode. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me once again. Another episode of Lawyer Plays Dreamfall: The Longest Journey. Next time we will jump back in and we'll see what's going on with this guy. I forget what he's called, but it's this guy, the fighter guy that's he's gonna stab people to convert them because he's a holy man and a stabber. Okay, well, till next time, I hope everybody is doing well and take care. Bye bye.